So the objective here is to test for the solubility and response to heat for several different materials. So I'll just go ahead and set it up. I won't finish the lab here. I'll discuss our results in the landing, of course, but I'll just give you a few pointers on how to set it up. So there's seven materials listed. So we'll start out with copper sulfate. So maybe just even a quarter of a teaspoon in each cup. So I do copper sulfate. Here is a piece of wood from a stirring stick. Maybe just kind of break this up in a few pieces. Drop some wood into this cup. Some lead. The name of this form of lead is graphite. There's other, not lead, it's carbon. The name of this form of carbon is graphite. There are other forms, including pure diamond is pure carbon. So I'll just break up this pentyl lead, which is actually graphite, which is carbon, into this third cup. And I'll just do that with all the materials. Maybe take one piece of zinc, should be enough. Piece of zinc. The other materials I haven't done are zinc sulfate, copper, and sodium chloride. You may already know if sodium chloride dissolves or not, is soluble or not. Then the next thing to do is to actually just take some water, and because we're just using a small amount, we're really just testing, is it soluble or is it not soluble? Maybe just a couple centimeters high of water in each cup. And that should be enough to see if it's soluble or not. And of course, do your other three materials in these three cups. And then let it go. You know how things take some time to dissolve. So I'd swirl the water, see if you can get it to dissolve. Here's the wood pieces. Here's the copper sulfate. So I'd swirl this for a while. And this may take, who knows, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But you can leave it go and start the other test, and that's the test for heat. So I'll do that in a moment. Okay, I set all the samples in water over to the side. We'll let that go. And now let's see if we can expose some of our materials to heat. And the way we can do this, kind of safely, but we're gonna be working with T-candles, so definitely be careful. I'll take some zinc sulfate. Our zinc sulfate kind of clumped up a little bit, but again, get some. And just gonna get some into this test tube. Here's a little interesting chunk. So here's zinc sulfate at the bottom of this test tube. So I'm going to expose this to heat, and we'll just do this for a moment. So you can take a match or a lighter and light up your tea candle. And so if you hold the test tube at the tip, the test tube won't, your fingers won't get burnt. Certainly keep your fingers away from the flame. And this is it. So you have 7 materials. Your job is to just put a little bit of each material, zinc sulfate, copper, zinc, copper sulfate, wood, salt, and carbon, not lead, carbon, into the bottom of the test tube and just see what happens when you heat it up. And again, this will take a while to go through all 7 because you kind of got to do one at a time. Go ahead and do this with all 7 materials, solubility, heat, and I'll see you in the landing video.